Hi guys, I got a comment that I'm going to respond to. I got a comment from an individual that obviously is a subscriber and a viewer, and he said, video request. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate your opinion on the following two relatively new travel trailers. One is a lilSnoozy, I've heard about it, and the other one is a Vimeo or something, Vimeo. Says all your experience RVing would really help point out the pros and cons. Thank you in advance for your time and expertise. Thank you for the compliment. I feel much better now. But what I want to say is I will give you the input based on the fact that I'll look at it like I was going to buy one of these units and price was not an object, because obviously the units you're looking at are more expensive than the Casita little 13-footer or the Scamp little 13-footer, and those are both quality small RVs or travel trailers, okay? And they're well known, and you can go to their member website or website and check out what other people think about their product. But I just happen to have up here the lilSnoozy on my computer, and it's a nice looking unit. Don't get me, I mean, it is. It's really a nice, I mean, I like the, the rear entrance. I love the big windows. I think that's great, because when you're in an RV, having a few windows doesn't hurt. The shape of that unit is really good because that'll improve your fuel economy a great deal. I'm sure they pointed that out 15 times. And I also like the fact that the wheels, even though it's a single axle, they have moved them outside. Now what that does, that just gives you a little more stability as you're going down the highway, pulling the unit, and that's a big plus. And I like the fact that they put in like a window mounted AC instead of that roof AC, which is a total waste of money on a small unit, because you can cool it with that window unit very inexpensively, and they're very quiet as compared to the units on the roof. Again, I think I mentioned the back door. I like that. The rear entrance, I like that. Of course, as far as storage and so forth, I don't see a lot on that. I mean, I see some, but if you're going to be in a small RV, obviously you're not planning on taking a lot of stuff anyway. I'm looking at it like it was me. I mean, for me, it looks good. Okay, looks good. So far, so good. Yeah, and the way they've got the tongue set up, I don't see the propane tanks. I don't know much about, they do. I looked at the floor plan and it shows they've got a restroom and a shower, so I'm assuming that they've got a black tank and a gray water tank, and they must somewhere probably have a freshwater tank. As far as appliances, I didn't see much on that. I guess you can get whatever you want, and that's great. It looks like an interior. I looked at the specs, and it appears that they've got a little more height than the Casita, which means that even I would be able to stand up there. And I like the fact, too, that they've got a little couch area, and then the bed is there in the very front of the unit. And but I see a little, looks like a one-door refrigerator, a small refrigerator. That's all you need. And the deals that fold out, the window things, the shades. I think that's sharp. That'll come in handy. I mean, it looks like a good unit. I mean, it's $21,000 to start with, so they better have some selling points. Okay. Yeah, the shape is a selling point because it'll reduce your gas, or increase or improve your gas mileage. And the front bed, I like that. I mean, they've got a little alcove there. They've got some, it looks like they've done a good job on all their woodwork, and the little dining area is okay. It's cool, and you're looking out their window. The windows are in the right place. yeah, overall, I mean, do I like the unit? Yeah, I like the hell out of it. And the question is it worth? Again, I don't know what the drive out price on that thing's going to be. If it starts at 21 or whatever it is in that range, by the time you drive it out, probably 23 in that range, I'm guessing. But overall, I mean, again, I'm looking at these. I'm looking at the pictures of it right now. They've got a little skylight in the rear there that's not on the roof, which is a good idea. Why? Because skylights are on the roof of RVs are just another leak headache. And if there's a hailstorm, it'll come right through that thing, right into the RV. I've had that happen. Then they show the pictures of the how they built it and so forth. And but overall, again, if you're looking for a small RV, uh, I think it's great. It looks like, I think it weighed 2,650 pounds. I looked at the specs, and so you could tow it with a small automobile. Let me see if I can get to the specs here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. The dimensions 19 feet. That's including tongue to end. That's smart that they give you that dimension as opposed to just the net, which is just the RV itself. A lot of people don't understand that they measure from the tongue, the front of the tongue, to the rear bumper. That's why they say some of them are 29 feet or 30 feet. But the living area dimensions, are okay. Again, you got headroom of 6'4" perfect, big bed. The tongue weight's 250 pounds. That's really good because if you're going to be pulling it with an SUV or a small truck, you may be able to pull this with a 4-cylinder, and if you can, or if you can find a 4-cylinder that has that type towing capacity, you'd be in very good shape. If you would rather oversize your vehicle than undersize it. Okay. And the reason I say that is, if you have just enough vehicle to tow it down the highway on a flat and level highway, you got problems. And the reason is, you're not going to be on flat and level. You're going to get into some of these hills, and if you get out in the Rocky Mountains or go into Montana, shit, you're like this. And, it'll make any automobile work very hard. I found that out. So, oversize the car. The lilSnoozy looks, I'd give it, if price was not a concern, then I would say it's a better product than the Casita or the Scamp. The reason I like the Scamp right now, cut. Casita, for me, is you can get a new one for around 16.5 to 17 in that range. And that's pricey for a 13-foot RV. It really is, because you can get a 26-foot RV for that price. Okay? But what I'm looking for is something I can tow with a vehicle, that when I park the RV, that I have a vehicle that's still very economical. Now, when you get to a 26-foot RV, you can't do that. You're going to get into the trucks that get 18 to 22 miles per gallon max. So the lilSnoozy, thumbs up on it. Then we get to the Vimeo. The interior is bright. I think it's sharp looking. Okay. I didn't find a price anywhere, but it doesn't matter because I'm spending your money. Okay. And but no, I love the bright colors on the inside. I really do, and I love the floor plan. Of course, you got the windows. Now, the one thing I don't like on the windows there have those little knobs that you crank out the windows like this. You turn the little knob and the windows crank out. Thumbs down on that. That's a 0. Because what happens after a while, the inside of that little plastic knob strips out and you're just turning nothing. So then you got to get some pliers or whatever. And to replace that, you got to replace that whole window. You can't just replace that little thing the knob fits on. So that's a thumbs down on that one. Well, that's all I saw. As far as the holding tanks, the toilet, I don't see it that it has a restroom from the pictures that I'm able to find. AC, I don't see it. I'm assuming. Assumption's the mother of all mistakes. I know that. I'm assuming that they must be going with a window AC because it is a small unit and it looks like kind of a retro unit. You know what I mean? Like something that was built in the 50s and they've just modernized the inside and kept the same old outside look. You know, comparing this with your lilSnoozy, I would go with the lilSnoozy if that's all I was looking at, but that wouldn't be all I'd be looking at. I'd be looking at a Scamp and a Casita. They're both quality built. They have all the features for full-time RVing or living in. That's what I would end up doing. If I bought a small RV, a 13-footer, I'd live in it. That's it. Do I need any more space? No, I'm fine. I lived in a 17-footer for, I think I told everybody, 12 years. So anyway, JJ, we'll call you JJ. That's all I can help you with. The lilSnoozy looks good. I mean, it's really got some neat stuff, okay? And the Vimeo, when I saw those old retro windows, the little knobs that you turn to crank out the windows, because I've had RVs that had those, and guess what? That little inside plastic part wears smooth, and you got to use either pliers to open your windows or something that you create on your own. And if you want to replace, to get something really good that works, you got to replace the window. So, having said that, JJ, thank you for your comment. Gave me an opportunity to do a video. It'll probably get 2 views, yours and mine. But that's two better than 0, right? But yeah, if you're looking for small RVs, something you can pull with something that's economical. I suggested this earlier in this video. I'll suggest it again in case you missed it. A lot of people want to pull an RV with a very economical vehicle, and that's wonderful because fuel is one of your biggest expenses when you're pulling an RV. It really is. But you do not want to undersize the tow vehicle. Oversize is okay. Undersize is a big fat problem because it overworks the vehicle. You're going to have some maintenance issues, probably some transmission issues in the vehicle. So, again, if this thing weighs 2,650 pounds, you need a vehicle that tows 4, because if you go with 3 and you add stuff into that RV, you're at 3,500 pounds before you tow it to go camping. So you're going to need a 4,000-pound, a vehicle that has a 4,000-pound towing capacity. Anyway, having said all that, I've gone on, and that's enough of this. But be that as it may, good luck to you. If you have any more comments, leave them, and if I have time, I'll respond just like I did to this. So, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Go get them, guys. Enjoy your RVing.